Your moment?
Stream is online!
No. Stand up straight.
Yeah, alright, that's good.
Video stream touching!
Penalty whistle.
I'm ready!
All systems are G2B-ish.
So, not the
I'm ready!
Yeah, so thank you,
picture.
exactly.
There's so much wrong with that picture. There's only one cord coming out of the back of that.
Gentlemen. Larry, could you give me
that kid
No.
kicked all his friends
Come
out of
on.
his party so he could play Donkey Kong.
It's beer, man. I need a
And his
beer.
brother sitting there just watching.
Well, it's better to try to pee for you.
What is your...
I asked you to hold it one time, Larry. Yeah, it was with your mouth. But still, come on. It's a pretty mouth, you gotta admit. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, you got a pretty mouth. Just saying. Ooh, that went live. Well,
You were just quoting movies.
yeah.
That's,
And that was why Brokeback Mountain was such a rough film to watch 3 times.
Oh, did you get the beer thing
In a
off there?
row.
Did you get it off?
No, but it's sitting right there, and I'm gonna copy it right after the show.
Yeah,
You're gonna
that's
make
what
me
we
do
still
it.
at.
Yeah.
Incompetence on this show knows
Guys,
no bounds.
games, and beer.
So who's answering the Twitch chat?
Oh, shit.
You are?
Yeah, you
I
got
assume
three.
Tom from a beach, but maybe that's not true.
I connected to it. Twitch? Yeah. What's
Suppose we can
your
start.
comments are...
I suppose we can start.
That's permanent.
Don't put third-party video ads
That's
in
why
your
you're going to
crap.
join it, you know?
Oh, here, connect.
Why does it only say one person?
It doesn't work.
Count people.
I would say that it's
It's
largely
not a
because
person,
it does not work.
so you're just a...
Oh, sorry, I was distracted.
I was like, do I dare ask?
Wait,
What, Larry distracted? Never.
Hey, that was the Dance with No Pants song. Come on,
Did you
it's
go to
a
that
good
party
song.
last week? Or
That
was
was
did
a
you
couple
go to-
weeks ago, yeah.
Did you
Totally,
go to
it
dance?
was. No, I kept my pants on. They were really disappointed. You're not part of the party, man. Oh, sorry. There are rules.
Oh, I suppose. Alright, and 3, 2, 1, and live from the 6th subfloor basement of the Guys, Games, and Beer Towers, it's the official podcast of Adderall. Guys, Games, and Beer! Hey! Yeah,
Hooray and
baby.
stuff.
I was trying to deliver
Hooray
high
and
energy
stuff
today.
and things.
High energy
Yeah, right.
podcast.
Alright, so today we have got all sorts of important stuff to do, but I think we're going to just kick it right the hell off with Beer Court! Ba-dum-dum. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-ba-da. I got the master volume up too high.
Speak quiet.
We almost whispered.
Oops. Today, what do we got?
Beer?
Typewriter.
Well, who brings
You
this
brought it.
pile of mess?
Alright, so my company is based out of North Carolina. So one of the guys in my department went down there, so I basically forced him to buy some beer for me and picked up a beer from Burial Brewery, which is something we've had once before when I went down there. And they just have like really cool artwork, and last time it was very enjoyable, minus the smell. So we got a new beer, which is a Golden Saison Ale brewed with coffee.
I kind of like it if they,
It's, wow,
if
that's
that
a
was like their
mouthful.
thing.
Yeah,
they made
yeah,
beer
trying to get it all done.
that
Like,
smells like sweaty balls. That would be awesome.
It's also called Thresher, and it just looks badass.
A lot of coffee beers tend to be darker. So, I mean, like, ale is going to be middle of the road, so we'll see.
I want to say that I have some high hopes for this because I absolutely love, coffee. Good stuff.
That's what I got for me because I drink so much coffee. Like, well,
I
soul.
think I'm reading this correctly. The quest for independence begins at the grave of trend.
Wow.
That's deep.
That's actually
man.
pretty freaking deep. A
That's
little too deep for getting drunk.
Yeah.
Some
No,
fucking
you get deep after you get
Oh,
drunk.
yeah, it's made of
Oh, it
it's
explains
made of Nashville. That makes
Only
sense.
if you're lucky.
Oh wait, no, it explains it. It's only 4.5, so you're not getting drunk. So you can be deep.
Oh, I'll show you, Larry.
Now, that smells like coffee.
Does it?
It reminds me of those like cold brew coffees
Yeah.
that you get like on the
With
can,
alcohol.
like
Oh,
Boss
you
coffee.
can smell it.
It smells like Boss coffee. That's what it smells like.
Is that Boss Hogs
But- no,
coffee?
no.
Oh, it tastes like coffee. Uh-oh.
You know what's funny is, so
This could be bad at dangerous.
This actually does smell like coffee, though.
Yeah.
Whoa.
by the way,
That
the-
is
No,
the-
I'm just drinking coffee.
there,
at
I will
work.
not
It's
read
a
the
cold brew.
entirety of
Holy
sentences
crap.
here, but the next sentence says, "Forging one's own path demands thirst and
This is
inspiration."
dangerous.
And Denise always says that one of the reasons Wisconsin is such a creative state is we drink all the time.
I think they just put words on this. Memories of the formulation of this prize will forever dance in our heads as we pop the tab of these unique take on coffee beer. There's like, let's just fucking throw some extra words in this sentence.
Oh, it's really smooth.
It's good. It's a good
Holy
beer.
crap, yeah. I like
Government warning. Oh, that's.
Anybody pregnant?
Nobody in the state of California causes cancer.
We're good.
Holy crap, it tastes like coffee. I love it. This
This
is
is
amazing.
actually straight up pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really
100%,
tastes like halfway point between coffee and beer, and it works.
Hey, no, yeah,
Like,
it
I'd be
actually
scared I
does
might
work
mistake
pretty
this for
well.
coffee in the morning if I had like a Starbucks coffee right next to it. Just not even know.
See,
Yeah,
just-
no, this
now
is
you
just-
could really cut the label off and just write coffee, cold coffee.
Yeah, coffee.
Now,
Your officer
if
trying,
they-
I swear.
They infused it with caffeine. Drinking it in the morning wouldn't be a problem at all.
It worries me that you're staring at. Oh, you're
They
staring.
can, man. They just threw so many fucking words in this.
Well, on the you know, looks like the cans aren't even the same.
The esters and the phenol.
They are.
There's two different sides.
Yeah.
Ah, oh, okay. So there's two different sides of.
Yeah. Like I said, the artwork is just awesome and ridiculous.
Well,
Ah,
I gotta tell
Well,
you,
that's a good beer.
this
Oh,
this
yeah.
must be a pretty good beer because it's that dust of silence.
Yeah.
That was.
yeah, I like it.
It's not overly
Yeah.
carbonated, which I think is probably good for
I
a
agree.
coffee beer. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's coffee.
It's just gone sour already.
Yeah, it is.
It is a very unique fucking taste.
Room. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So for the next half hour, we'll be pounding
Wow.
coffee beer.
Until
Yes, pretty good shit. All right, well, it's time for the verdict.
Yeah.
And the verdict is,
So good.
yeah.
I would order this
I don't think
and
they're-
seek it out. If
Yeah.
I see it,
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing I'm gonna look for it at Woodsman's.
Yeah, I mean, I've said
You
that.
know?
I feel like I said a lot lately. There's been a lot of beers where I'm like, it's good. I give it a thumbs up, but it's not something I'm gonna seek. This one I would definitely like.
Yeah.
I would order it.
Oh, you got that? Yeah, give me that.
That was a good point to bring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a winner. Charge 1. Impersonating gas station coffee. Guilty as fuck. Charge 2. Impersonating a silver bullet. Also guilty. Sentence you to drinking.
Nothing,
that
nothing about the
good.
artwork.
It's beautiful artwork.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I can't insult that artwork.
Looks a little ghastly to me.
Well, you know, it's
You know.
it's ghastly time.
And
Mr.
and
Segway.
I gotta tell you, when I think of ghastly, I think of bloody.
Yes. So we're talking about games with tampons in them this week. Oh, don't let me start drinking before the show.
No.
Do not.
North Carolina and Georgia.
See, usually have Tom as a handler before the show. No, Rob, don't drink that other. No, not another
Let's
beer.
go get some gin.
Yes.
All right.
Right over there.
He's a bad influence. He's
Yes.
not a good influence.
Well, he usually doesn't want me to start the show too messed up. He's fine now.
No,
He's
yeah,
a bad
yeah.
influence. He just has a voice of reason sometimes.
Yeah.
He just
Sadly.
doesn't enforce it.
Yeah.
Actually, the problem is that we're so unreasonable that he sounds like a voice of reason. That's the
That makes
that's the
sense.
thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember the whole the chairs of support, the legs, and
Yeah.
running without some. Well, we're running without a leg of support right now.
Wait, what?
The leg of
legs
control.
support. Yes.
Oh,
You were missing that day. You were
Yeah.
a leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was drunk then too. No, he was here. He was drunk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Fucking
yeah.
hit that air horn button.
It was the rungs of control.
He
Yes.
was a leg of
And
control.
all rungs had gone loose that night. That morning. It was a
But,
morning.
Oh, yeah.
get into the spooky skeleton.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about yes. let's talk about that.
Spooky skeletons?
No, the
You know,
right,
basically the
originally-
concept of bloody games, you know?
originally
What?
I was gonna call this games that make you go ooh, and I wasn't 100% sure whether millennials would get that joke or not. It's almost a Gen Xer.
Yeah, I know you.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
It's 90s, but it's early 90s. So anyway. No,
But-
millennials did not get it. Based on the blank stare I'm getting, it is there's
Things
This is
that
where you
go-
go on too old
Things
for
that
this
make
shit.
you go,
and drink.
You as a female
Yeah.
sheep.
Things
though.
you go, ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Things you go, ooh. Yeah, it is.
No.
Pretty close. I know.
You're going
Nothing.
mad.
Number.
You guys get no Weird Al Yankovic songs, right? 'Cause you...
We got plenty. He was just
Yeah.
good by then.
No, yeah.
No, he was bad. He was not that good in the 80s. If you listen to him like in the 80s and then
Oh, yeah.
listen to him in the 90s, he was
I don't know. I want to be cutting for the first time.
Damn, we're just bouncing all over the fucking place.
Alright, so
I can't even keep up.
See?
Alright, so
Without Tom, everything falls
your
apart.
first horribly bloody game.
Wait,
It
that's
takes
not-
two things to fall apart. We've done plenty of good shows without Tom. It's just if I start drinking beforehand.
Well,
It's not a
you know,
good thing.
but-
I did start drinking
But to
beforehand.
be clarified,
And I blame Ryan!
He
Okay.
said, let's get a beer.
you know when
Sounds good.
when I thought of the topic, and I think it makes a difference that you didn't go. Things make you go ooh, versus the bloody game. You go, wow, this is really bloody, because
Bloody
you know,
hell.
You might not.
That might be a title. It
that
might still be Bloody
It
Hell.
might be a seller. I mean, you know, it might be.
All right.
You know.
So we're talking about we're
What is
talking about
Larry
that.
even saying?
Yeah, there are words. It's like this can. I'm like, there are words that are coming out.
Alright.
I just like.
It's
Well,
that first
all right. Let me explain. No,
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 no.
Come on, to be fair, you know what I'm
No!
No!
Okay,
I should
Alright,
know
we're
this
gonna talk-
way.
please use actual
Today-
words.
Today we are going to talk about games. The first game that made you go, "Oh my god, that is freaking violent."
Yeah.
So that first game that was so bloody that your jaw dropped and you said, "Oh, that's ridiculous."
For me, again, I'll kick it off here because like there's really like a very interesting time in like gaming. Is that kind of like, and I know there are games that came before it, but like that like 95 to 2000 area is like where games kind of started to pick up in graphical quality. So they started doing crazy shit like adding in things like gibbing. And I am going with this because I love this game so much. It's both like, oh, this was like very bloody and kind of like ridiculous at the same time. Unreal Tournament 1998. They actually, and like as 3D graphics improved, would do things like add in chunks of flesh and gore when you would blow up your enemies. And I know like Doom and stuff had blood and exploding enemies, but just like playing that game for the first time and like using a shock rifle and like the announcer going like humiliation or like you like blow somebody up and just into like chunks of blood and then like little bits of meat that would fly around in space. Like it was both comical, but it was just like wow, like I like not only did you like defeat your opponent, like you fucking dominated them. You just like obliterated them into nothing, which like I had never seen that before until like and like, I was only probably about 10 or 11 at the time when I got the game. So it was like I was starting to play like these like more mature titles. I was like, this is like a big step up because it was just it was definitely like a really, and it's a good game too. Like it wasn't like creepy or like super gross. Like I mean, there's like later ones I thought of like Alien vs Predator around the same time, where you like do all these like brutal things to like the Space Marines when you're playing as Predators or aliens, things like that. But it was like that first experience.
Your dad used to hate me in that game.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so camp.
That game,
Fuck outta here.
the original one was so amazing on land too, because it
Yeah.
was like you could play. He would always play as a Marine. That was his choice, man. Like you're gonna play an Alien or a Predator.
Yeah.
They're just way better. I'm
Don't
sorry.
I
be
love
a
Alien.
Marine. Just don't
Yeah,
be a Marine.
that was his choice.
Alien was so fun.
Yeah.
Just, like climb on the wall.
I would. Yeah. I
And
was just like.
pop out of nowhere.
I'd sit by stairwells and I'd just be sitting by the stairwell, and then he'd come through and just slam me.
Snap their head off.
Yeah, he'd be like just.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
he'd be mad.
when you're well again, like when you're camping above somebody, you see the alien jaws clamping in, like and you're ready to do the execution. But it's like that like late '90s period. Like I think the graphics just started kind of improving enough. Because like I know Quake, the original Quake had some kind of kind of blood particles and things like that. It's just like it got so crazy in the late 90s. Like it just like went fucking balls to the wall. Like we're gonna do this.
I think Mortal Kombat is like just kind of that perfect example of it. Kind of had that mix of humor. It was horribly gory yet horribly funny at the same time. I mean, you were definitely laughing. Yeah, you were definitely laughing while you were watching this. I think that's what was so offensive about it.
It was almost trivial. Like it was
making fun of violence. Yeah.
So that was a good segue because that was one of the games I said. Specifically, was Mortal Kombat 2 is one that we had. I didn't have the first one. And as terms of like the first game, that's like the earliest game I can remember because Mortal Kombat 2 came out in whatever year, but it was still just crazy violent with fatalities and everything, even just punching everyone. It was just so brutal.
Did you have it for the Genesis or the Super Nintendo?
Genesis.
Yeah, that's the bloodier one.
That's the way to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And specifically, my dad actually
You
went out.
unlocked Bloody!
My dad went out to look at the game before buying it because he's like, he heard. Even my dad, who doesn't play games, heard, like, oh, you gotta be careful with this.
Yeah, now look how it turned out.
Tony's
awful. It's terrible. The worst human ever. But there's a second game I want to talk about because, again, same thing with the late 90s. They just got crazy.
Yeah, they were just like, let's fucking throw in all the blood guts.
Now, my game specifically is Resident Evil 2 for several reasons. I never played, again, the first one. And I just remember going over someone I knew had rented it, and I just saw the opening scene, and it was just, my mind was blown as he blew the mind of zombies. It was great. It was bloody, it was disgusting.
There was always a controversy with that, because so the rumor was, or maybe the fact is, I never really looked it up to know for sure, but I've always heard that they filmed corpses for the zombies. So when the zombie looks at you, it is a corpse.
From
face.
the first game, right?
Yeah.
I've heard something about that. But it wasn't just that, but also...
So it made it extra creepy, you would think.
Also the inclusion of things like the cutscenes. Like actual animated cutscenes with like the first time you run into a liquor, just like, dude, holy nope. Just nope.
No, yeah. Like the second one. The first one had that initial like live action like little bit that before you started the game, and they had the Cerberus, and it was just all like fucking meaty and fleshy, and I was way too young to play that game. That fucking just scared the crap out of me.
I still remember that moment when I went over there and we just watched like the start of the game. It was just like they're like 5 feet away from you, walking towards you, and it's like, no, oh god.
Fun fact about Resident Evil 2: the Japanese commercials were actually directed and shot by George Romero. They weren't very good, but you know, they were done by him. That's kind of cool.
Made me want to buy it. So. Yeah. I bought them all up until about 4. Until 4, I bought them all. I thought they were really good. I mean, even 4 I thought was good. So that tells you what taste I have.
I mean, I'm gonna guess you're talking about the main game. I'm just thinking about some
games,
really fucking weird ones like Survivor, Dead Aim, Outbreak File 1 and 2. They have like the multiplayer. Those ones were kind of cool. I really like. I want to like look and see if somebody's emulated that server stuff yet, because like those Outbreak File games were super dope. You basically like would play through scenarios and like. It was kind of like a team, like Resident Evil, but you played as teams, and so like each person had like a different skill or a set of items they started with, and you actually had to kind of like cooperate to make it through the scenario. And it was like Resident Evil Survivor Horror style, which for PlayStation 2 is really good.
And a game I gotta tell you about later. It's a new one I got. You know, a package deal. That's kind of like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like we're coming on Halloween. That's a lot of these topics are related to Halloween. This
Spooky games.
But, yeah. But it's like The Fog,
Okay.
where you're not sure who is killing everybody. Really genius idea. But anyway, I'll
Show me later,
yeah.
for sure.
Anyway, I think it's telling that everybody here. I think everybody messaged me and said, you know, I got a primary and a backup game. Because I think it's always there's this first game I played that was really gory and it struck me. But then there was this game that was horrible. You know, it's funny that it's a topic that brings that forward.
Well, it evokes pretty strong emotions, like either whether it be scary and gruesome, or that kind of just like ridiculous, over the top violence. That's just kind of it's very memorable.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it becomes a comparable statement.
Actually,
So-
I want to modify my statement. The most gory game I ever played Roller Coaster Tycoon when you just explode all those little people.
Lemmings.
Like for me, it becomes a kind of, like I was saying, a comparable statement, right? So when you're talking about like, the 80s arcade and stuff that I mostly lived in, you're talking Q*bert, you're talking Pac-Man, and I know those are even older, and even some of the newer ones is, even like Gauntlet, they're not, none of those games are bloody, they're not even close to bloody, right? So, for me, it sort of became like a stark, like, oh wow, because even Black Tiger, which is a pretty aggressive, like RPG style
Thing.
arcade game.
It took me a second too. I was like,
Yeah, but when you killed the bad guys, they just sort of dissolved or whatever, right? There was nothing was bloody or anything. Even like things that would normally be bloody, like a lizard or something, it's just they sort of dissolved. Well, that gets me to, hey, we have a marquee for it.
Yeah.
Tecmo Knights. The graphics of the game and the design of the game is you punch the enemies in the face, and each consecutive punch, their face got a little more crunched in and a little more bloody for every punch until their head finally ripped off.
Oh my god.
And that was every kill. That wasn't like occasional kill. That was every
So it's like
kill.
a side scroll beat 'em up, or
It is considered a beat 'em up. Yeah, it's a side scroller beat 'em up. But it's not like you just like a side scroller like Turtles game. You just
it's more like
put-
kind of Ghosts and Goblins ish.
Yeah, you just like punch them,
Sorry.
and then their face, their head rips off. It's like, oh.
I have never heard of it. I've never played
Yeah,
this
it
game.
also looks like it's a Golden Axe style.
It is like a Golden Axe style. I mean, it's that style game. Black Knights, Golden Axe. I mean, it's a lot of those
Okay.
games. But for every time you punch them, the enemy, their face gets a little more crunched in, a little more bloody, until it finally rips off.
I've
And
not
then-
played that one.
and then-
Yeah, I've never played that
And
one.
the upside of that is that, of course, you can their head may fall on the ground, turn into a skeleton, after the blood sort of cuts away, and then you pick it up and I don't know, eat it or something. Because you get powers from it.
Other
so,
than metal.
yeah, so
I mean, that's how you become stronger. Is you eat the flesh of your enemies.
yeah, you eat the flesh of your enemies. I mean,
I was just playing a game.
Where do you think Tom is?
Isn't it? Just
He's
playing a
getting
game that
stronger.
I really like.
No,
where
we
you
got
plug
stronger
off.
from him.
You have people's decapitated heads, and you use it to get through like eye scanners. You have to carry your head around. God, that's beautiful.
That's
So
what
why
you
is
do,
violence so
right?
funny? We're gonna stay off this topic, but one of these days we're gonna cover the topic. Why is that horrific violence in video games so funny? But I was gonna mention, because both of you guys are Commodore 64 people. When we were in high school, the bloodiest game on earth. It's not my game, but the bloodiest game on earth was Barbarian.
Chop the head off.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, the one I
That's
went
all you
combat.
think about is chop the head
That
off.
was like actually for me that was kind of like a side game. Like but that's also cartoony in a way. So
but
it's
see,
like I was
you know
thinking,
what's so I'm
newer.
not saying there weren't earlier games that were bloodier, and I just didn't encounter them, and maybe they weren't available in like an all ages arcade, or I didn't have a 64, so
Well, that's why I picked like.
I mean,
Mortal
so it's
Kombat.
like, what did I encounter? Well, I encountered this game, and I was like, holy crap, I mean, it was kind of fun, which is kind of weird in a way.
That's what I said, that's why I
It was a
picked
beat 'em
two.
up, right? But it still was like, why are they ripping all their heads off?
Well, it's good for you.
Trust, did you run into that too? Like, because I mean, a lot of games you'd already encountered, or games were made already as we're growing up graphically could show blood and stuff. That's why I picked Mortal Kombat, because it's the earliest I can really remember or something.
Yeah.
But
Right.
again, what was really the first? I mean, I don't know. It's like the earliest one
Well,
I can just really
it was the
remember.
first for you,
Yeah.
and in some ways, it's like, I had to look it up. Because, as a secondary, I had to look it up, which was,
You're having something to say.
Is it the chat? It's the
I just remembered that Tony, he watches the show. Tony's parents got me Mortal Kombat for the PC for Christmas. They came with a Gravis gamepad. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you look at this before you bought it? It's like, so for Christmas, I was wrapping a present. It was awesome, by the way. They also got me MechWarrior 2. I gotta tell you, as far as game buyers, Tony's parents were the shit for buying
Thanks,
games.
Tony's
It wasn't-
parents.
Yeah, you guys are the best. I miss them. But anyway, yeah.
So
Mortal Kombat I got for Christmas one year. That's freaking hilarious.
I had to look up
So
the
in the
time
spirit of the season, yeah.
Yeah.
because the other game that I encountered about that same time that was like, holy crap, you know, was Smash TV. And I had to look up which one was actually like first, and it turns out Tecmo Knights is 89, Smash TV was 90.
Hmm.
And that one, of course, and that got into, you know, there was, you know, eyeballs and stuff flying at the screen.
I always thought
and
Smash TV was much older than that.
it's 90. When I looked it up, maybe Wikipedia lies.
No, I'm not gonna question that. It's probably the right.
Well, that's what I'm seeing. Like the '80s was really tame as far as any of that goes, with the exception of a few outliners that I know about. I've talked about it before. If I had encountered it, Chiller would have been totally
Oh yeah.
the one on the list.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you know, it's a for those who don't know what Chiller is a shooter, basically
Torture
probably
porn.
the same cabinet as yeah, that's what the same cabinet probably as like Cheyenne and Crossbow. Very similar feel and stuff. Except what you do is in order to get to the next level, is you shoot apart humans that are basically tacked to that are restrained, and you shoot them apart. Sometimes you shoot the equipment. You know, maybe one of them's in like some kind of press, and you just kind of shoot the thing so it presses down on them till they die. You know, I mean that game is just brutal.
It's like a
But-
usual Wednesday night.
Yeah, right. But yeah, torture porn is the best way to describe that game. But I didn't encounter it naturally. I mean, it was like it
Very
just was one of those
obscure.
things that I ran across, and you know, and I was like, you know, looking at some MAME ROMs or something. I was like, oh, what's this? You know, like,
Yeah,
oh
sure,
wow,
that's right, yeah.
you know. So it wasn't like Aladdin's Castle, hyperlocal.
No, everyone had labs.
had you know, Chiller in it. You know, even the local bowling alley bar didn't have chiller
Yeah.
in it.
Did they have Chiller in Aladdin's Castle?
No, I
No,
They definitely
I'm
didn't have
sure
any
they
Michigan
did
Chiller
not.
because I don't
like,
remember.
almost
I'm
same
sure
thing. I
they
remember
did
seeing
not.
like, I don't know, like you said, was it a ROM or was it something like whoa, look at this. I mean, it was very. That one's '86, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
but even
So
then,
graphic wise, you're thinking.
Well, Mission Control didn't even have like any shooting games, did it? As I recall, it was straight up old school arcade. I mean, there was like no prize machines. No, would not happen there. And there was nothing that had a gun. It
well,
was
even if it did,
100% joysticks, I think.
Nobody died in blood, or, you know. No, you know. I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, it was like '89. It's like even when I think about, like, you know, Nintendo had been out for a little while, and nothing really had a lot of blood to it. You know, it was like the '90s is when it kicks up. Doom.
I don't know, man. Smurf Massacre was pretty rough.
Yeah.
If you're against.
No, you only dreamed that was a thing.
No, that was a real thing.
Like
that was a
a
Commodore
ROM,
64
yeah.
game. No, that was.
Oh.
That
Alright,
was
so
it
in
was
the,
like
in the 80s.
in
It
the
wasn't
P-
licensed.
in
No.
the PC world.
But
Some fucking bootleg.
Yeah, it was a bootleg, but it was everybody had it. Everybody had the Smurf Massacre. It was horrific.
You know, we're all like,
Okay, so the PC world, because you could just write your own stupid games, they
Apple II GS had senseless violence and Spronger with a baby.
So-
Oh my god, I just remembered that.
I just
I
remember
must have
all
blocked
the,
it
all
out.
the friggin' like Doom shareware stuff with like Barney and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
When I was a kid, he went to the Wisconsin State
I'm almost
Fair
sure that was like.
and borrow those bootleg discs.
How old is
Doom is a 90s game.
So real quick, I mean, Ryan will come back and talk
92.
about his game, but I mean, we've mentioned this on the show before, but I have to pull it out just because it's so fucking ridiculous. The Viscera cleanup detail.
Yeah, it's great.
Because we've given it away on our Facebook before. We've talked about it before.
It'll probably happen again.
It's cheap as fuck.
You're cheap as fuck.
Yeah, that's true. So it's
You're a fuck.
But basically, it is a game where you are a janitor. And you are cleaning up after the mess of a first-person shooter brawl. So basically, there are gibbed bodies and like bunches of guns and shit lying around all over the place, and your job is to go and mop up all the blood and pick up all these human body parts and dispose of them. So you're cleaning up after this first-person arena brawl, basically, and it is just fucking ridiculous.
I highly recommend.
How does the game mechanic work?
I highly recommend
something,
the Santa Massacre.
Yeah, they've got the Santa Massacre where Santa goes crazy and kills all his elves.
There's like. I shuffled a pipe bomb accidentally into the fireplace and blew myself up. I was everywhere. I mean, like, parts of me were everywhere. It was genius. I had no idea what happened. I was recording at the time. It was the best part. I got to rewind and see what went wrong. There was a piece of dynamite, and I swept it into the fireplace.
Seriously, the game's only like $5 to $10.
Are you talking about the like
Viscera cleanup detail?
Yeah.
It's a bundle stuff thing right now.
Oh yeah.
Is it?
See,
Yeah. You get a crap ton of stuff, and I think it's the $5.49 bonus pack.
It's so
both
fun. It is.
I just
very
watched
fun.
it like I was watching the guy with the mount. I've never played it.
Oh, it's great.
It is. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I might have to spy that.
Epic game.
That
That actually sounds pretty funny.
Yeah, and it's super fucking high.
What's the obstacle though? You're like not to blow yourself up with dynamite.
Well, it would be best if you didn't. You're supposed to get it as clean as possible, as short of a time as possible.
Oh,
basically.
okay. So it's like a time.
Yeah, you basically. It's not really timed as such. You can take as long as you want, but it's gonna take you a while. I don't know why it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain.
You're like, oh hey, I'm popping up this blood. Let me just wring it out, you know.
But even Darlene was watching on my shoulder. She said, "Nah, I gotta try this."
Yeah.
And so she was sitting there playing.
I think it's just so ridiculous of a premise. I mean, like,
look at this mess they made.
Yeah.
I just have to.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that's got to go between levels.
But funny stuff does happen, like the explosives, or you just do something wrong and things go
You're not gonna lie, so
horribly wrong.
Than like Truck Simulator.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's a popular. I mean, I'm just saying.
So
Ryan,
what was your game?
So for me, I think, making it through the early arcade and the Commodore and early PC. Not that they were just, they weren't bloody or whatever. They were also like computer graphic-y, and they were kind of early. So I kind of was like, yeah, those never really shocked me as much until like I think I looked it up the year 2000. A game called Soldier of Fortune came out for PC, and in that one they used a special engine. I don't know if I think Raven Software did it, and I think it was based off the Quake or Unreal Engine or something like that. But they created their special engine for body parts. So as you shot people, depending on where you shot them, their arms or their legs would fall off, and that was the first time I was like, whoa! Like even it hit the right shot to the head explodes.
Put his name on it and I'll drink it.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh,
Side conversation.
so just the fact
Fight
that
over
like you
last
had all
beer.
these different areas in the body that depending on where you shot them, instead of like the early days, you kill a guy in Doom, they all fall down the same way. You kill a guy in this, and I kind of forgot about the Unreal stuff.
So if you shot their leg off, they'd hop.
But these guys were also like humans, where I think Unreal Tournament you still have like
there's humans, robots, aliens.
Yeah,
They have
so
like
it's
a
like
lot of
I
weird
think
shit.
for that is like
sex robot.
so unfortunately you're based on
robot.
more like
Sex
wartime
robot.
stuff too.
And I think there can be a difference between
robots and
something
sex
that's bloody
True.
and something that's icky, like something that's a real turn off,
Yeah.
Let's just say, with yours, it's a little more realistic than in Unreal Tournament, where like, all right, we're in space, or it's unrealistic, crazy weapons. Like Soldier of Fortune had much more like a little bit of realism to it.
Yeah, I think that was like it's realistic locations and people. They're all people. They're not like guys in super suits or anything like that. So
I just thought of one too that I had forgotten about. the original Grand Theft Auto, the top-down version. That was still pretty early on, and it was pretty brutal. You'd run people over, and you'd have blood streaks following you,
Yeah.
killing
Stuff.
frenzies and stuff. Oh man,
Or just a little body with the blood around it, right?
yeah, it was.
Yep.
See,
Set
you know
people
what?
on fire,
And
they
that's-
would start running.
and
Is
that's-
it all before Grand Theft though? Like where like you drove over. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
they-
pre-Grand Theft. Like
What was it? What was that game? Because they were making waves before Grand Theft Auto. It just that was kind of their break. I don't even know if it was their breakaway game because they were famous for some other stuff.
You know,
To the Googs!
So for you know, you run someone around, there's a bloody spot and stuff, or some of these other ones, and you know, I think there can be a real difference between something that's bloody and something that's like turns your stomach, right? So for example, obviously it wasn't the first game I ran into that was kind of like, oh, that's a lot of blood, but I think the first Legacy of Kain
Oh yeah.
was so brutal because in order to survive in the game, you had to walk up with people who were pinned to the wall, begging for their life, and you had to suck their blood out of them and kill them. And you know, and it was just like, and they were begging, please don't do this to me, you know, and you did it anyways, you know, and it's like, that came.
You're slightly aroused. It was weird.
Yeah, no, that's good. And that is
I had that like spurt, like that stream of blood that would come from their body.
yeah, and a stream of blood that would come from their body to you. It actually, that's one of the few games that I actually had to just kind of put off aside. I was like, oh yeah, I'm kind of done with this for a minute. I can't do this anymore. So I think there is a difference between, oh, this is bloody, and oh, this turns my stomach. You know?
I've never had that experience in the game yet, where like really just like I can't do this.
Really?
All right, new challenge.
Challenge accepted.
Bring it on!
Rockstar Games. Yeah. State of Emergency was the first really. You know, there was
That was
there
way
was
later than Grand Theft Auto, though.
it was after Grand Theft Auto, but Grand Theft Auto really wasn't that big of a deal. It
Yeah.
wasn't until State of Emergency where they
Oh, yeah.
really
It was
up
like
the
right around
violence
2000, wasn't
so
it?
heavily. It was you know, it was originally going to come out. Yeah, it was right around 2000. It was going to come out on the Dreamcast. That's why I remember it so well because I was looking forward to it coming out on the Dreamcast. But it came out on the PS2 instead. And yeah, the first time I played it, I said, "Holy shit!" It is basically a murder rampage in a
Yeah.
mall.
I remember we rented that game. It was ridiculous.
And that was followed up by Max Payne, which still to this day I think holds up as not
Oh.
only an excellent storyline,
Great.
but an excellent and horribly disturbing game. It is
Following
unusually
the blood
disturbing.
trails and pitch black, and that's all you have.
That's
This
a
is
disturbing ass
Oh,
game.
yeah. The best feature of that game though was when you paused it, you did a 360 rotate around your character. I spent a
It
lot
was
of
a
time
bullet.
just.
It's also the first example of bullet time.
I spent a lot of time just jumping as I'm shooting to see how cool the shot. I
On
could
purpose, bullet time. Sorry. Before then, there was lag. We had bullet time, but it wasn't a purpose. Oh my
So
god!
I
that-
had another honorable mention though.
go on.
Carmageddon.
Oh great.
I don't remember the year, but for some reason, and it's not like maybe go you. I don't know why I was laughing so much at how many people I could run over. Because
Yeah.
I don't remember the premise or whatever. I don't know if it was actually a race game or what, or you were trying to actually see how many people.
I think there was
but I
like-
just
Did
remember,
anybody
like,
actually play that game correctly?
I
Anybody?
know.
I just played the reboot of it not too long ago, like about a month back.
Yeah.
I almost did nothing that you were supposed to do. I just ran people the fuck over.
And it does go back to the Grand Theft Autos where you just grab a weapon, you just like random person on the street, whack, whack. I'm like, yeah, that's violent. But do I feel
I
bad
never
about it?
played
No,
the
it's just
story in any
CGI.
Grand Theft Auto game person. I just stick around and kill everyone.
You know?
I'm a sociopath.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. I was like, you do you know? So.
Yeah, you know, I hate to segue more because we've been segueing a lot, but geez, Grand Theft Auto really really was that game where you. I gotta say, I don't think I ever made any serious progress in the original Grand Theft Auto. The original one. And I don't think I made any in 3 either. I definitely. I do remember.
Are you
You had to
saying
answer the telephones
the
to
random
get there.
goal?
Not
The
just
random goal.
There wasn't a lot to Grand Theft Auto 1.
The random goal of creating mayhem became more fun than whatever the game was.
We really gotta talk about when the mechanic is more fun than the game.
That's
Okay,
an episode.
Grand Theft Auto, I remember I used to sit. Darlene still quotes stuff from Laszlo. I would pull off, I would pull off and I would listen to Chatterbox. And just listen to Chatterbox for a while. And then I'd go out and crash a car into some people. Get my ass arrested.
They go, oh,
'Cause if
I
I
out
heard-
right away. This is awesome.
We
It's like
we
Milwaukee.
still to this day use the term flabby bat wings. I just look at those flabby bat wings. Yeah, it was one of the commercials on Laszlo's show. Get rid of those flabby bat wings. It was amazing. God, that was good. That game was so good. All right, so I'm gonna go with mine, and it was on the Commodore 64. Not surprisingly, because it had a lot of board games. But I'm gonna go with Forbidden Forest, and Forbidden Forest was horrific. It was commented on First Blood.
Sounds a little sexual.
Wait, have these
You
games
haven't
not
been in the
sexual for you?
you haven't been watching the comments and.
I have.
All right, so for God's sake, Larry, what are you thinking? But anyway, Forbidden Forest was a side-scrolling, basically a side-scrolling shooter with significant shooter. You were a guy with a bow in the forest trying to escape the Forbidden Forest. But what it was notable for is the amazing amounts of blood that happened when you died. I mean, you would literally just explode in a beautiful firework of blood.
Like
Well,
Kingsman's X.
right. But it was even better because if you got it from a spider, that horrible thing would happen to you with like a spider's web and you'd be squeezed to death and crushed. It was really quite good.
It's pretty impressive for
And-
Commodore 64.
Yeah, and it wasn't just really that, it was the tense, it was how tense the game was. It was one of the first times, too, that I remember actually being tensed up in a game, where it's dark out, you're worried about what's about to come,
I'm pretty sure.
and the music built up to it. It's one of the first games that did that, too.
Do you think if you'd had more fiber, that would have been a problem?
The skeleton's
Well, I
like
mean-
going, wah, wah. Let's just
That's
stop.
awesome.
Seriously,
Yeah.
you know, that's the difference too between something that's suspenseful.
Oh, no, Larry, I was still in my anal fisting stage, so I was really clear.
How old is this game?
Mid '80s. It was during the rise of Cosme, and Cosme was a huge gaming company, which is it's a pathetic shell. Of many big companies back then. It's.
But was it bloody or was
Oh,
it
it's
just
bloody.
suspenseful?
No, it's bloody. He's
Alright, so
right.
now I was like,
It was
Horrendously bloody.
Uh,
But it was also just it was kind of everything. It was I don't think I experienced that again until damn, what the hell was the name of that game? There was a game that was made by an indie studio. It was a few years ago, and it really kicked off the horror genre again. It was just you're not armed, and you're just kind of running around trying to escape
That's the
the
frozen.
horrible things
That's
that are
the
going on.
Frozen one.
Was it Penumbra? I think was the
Oh,
sequel to
Penumbra.
it. Yeah, Penumbra.
And Amnesia is the second one.
Yeah, Penumbra was the first one, right? Yeah, that was it.
You
That's, the one
literally just said
that
that one, okay.
That's the first time. Yeah, but I thought I had it wrong.
Yeah,
I was pretty sure Amnesia was the first one, but no.
Yeah, Amnesia's our second.
Yeah, Amnesia was the second one. And there was a machine for pigs, right? Was the
Machine
that
for
was
pigs.
it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Machine for pigs.
Yeah, that was the name of it. I'm not drunk making this up. I'm just.
What? Machine for pigs.
I
You said
no, I
Amnesia?
didn't make the title. Yeah,
Alright.
Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Is
What,
that's it.
Because
And that game was amazing because it
Yeah,
was the
I
first
think-
time
I
I've
think
been
it was a
scared
big
in a long time.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was about survival again.
Yeah.
Really, this is the point where you're getting like Resident Evil, 4 and 5 started getting crazy out of control, where it's like more actiony and reflexive rather than you're under equipped and trying to survive, and that's what Penumbra did. Like it
Yeah.
fucking, you were like, well, I guess I'm gonna just avoid this fucking thing.
Darlene made me turn it
Can't do
off
shit.
because I've girl screamed at a few games over the years now, especially lately with VR.
Oh yeah.
But remember the JJ Dread Halls incident? But anyway,
Or the time fucking like I try to fucking show somebody Dread Halls. I showed Kelsey, and she gets to the entire maze without seeing a single thing. And then I put it out, and I fucking turn a 30-second corner, and I'm getting attacked by 2 things. It was
screw that little girl too. by the
Yeah,
way.
man, it was so unfair, so unfair.
Not in the way our old mayor would have. I mean, no, fuck that. That is
Yeah, but VR horror.
What,
was
really?
cool.
Picking on the mayor is not bad. Hyperlocalization, is that the problem, or was it the fact that our mayor was a pedophile?
Well, that's gonna be 2 mayors ago now.
That's 2 mayors ago. Yeah.
After tonight, right?
Yeah, you said last mayor. That's what the problem.
Oh, sorry. But now we're 2 mayors ago.
Alright.
I apologize. I have besmirched one horrible mayor for another. Anyway, would you rather have a good mayor? Let's not talk about this. Receive
Well, I
politics on
decided-
ice, games and beer.
I decided Rob for mayor. Oh, the vote was today. I guess it's too late. Write-ins will not be accepted.
You should check the chat. R1.
We have a show to do.
You do multiple things at once, Travis.
Oh no.
So, like, coming up on Halloween, are there any like games or movies or anything that you guys are gonna try to, watch for spirit of the season?
I guess now that you guys talked about the Amnesia game, it's part of PlayStation Plus.
We should check
I
it.
still downloaded those. Yeah,
Oh, is it still going on?
the October ones.
That's actually a good side.
So
I like that.
Yeah,
You're
I think
$4
you can write up.
or 5. Phantom Pain?
I want to
But
talk
shit,
more
I'm
about
not
blood.
listening.
We're gonna talk about blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so those are the PS Plus games.
Shit,
Amnesia.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Amnesia
really
collection.
good. That is
a whole
good.
nice.
PS
I-
Plus
I-
is good,
I'm
but
saying this. PlayStation Plus is way better.
it's
Xbox
way
is
better.
games.
Look,
PlayStation
I use.
What?
Yeah,
I'm an Xbox guy, but Jesus Christ, the crap we get.
they're the worst. I have both, so.
You know,
Must be nice.
like, you just want
I got
to. So
both, but my
now
Xbox
you broke
is
it.
just a
See
streaming
now,
machine.
early on,
We are doing a Halloween episode.
well, you guys were talking about Plus versus Xbox.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
And I gotta tell you early on, because I'm an old Amiga guy, Xbox was way better because there was so many old Amiga titles that were popping up on the Xbox. Like, for example,
Weasel, and we're playing Deadly 30.
Wait to interrupt.
Sorry, my game
Were you
coming.
playing Laszlo?
like-
I don't know.
like Speedball 2 popped up on Xbox Live. It was so great. It was like, oh, God. And it was like Settlers of Catan, and it was like all these, and it was like, wow, they created a network for me. And,
That's Larry. No.
you get on the PlayStation Plus, and it was different.
Yeah, they give away more major titles and things like that.
Yeah.
Xbox Live games, a lot of times, like.
I like the obscurity.
Alright, so
No.
I brought that topic because I really wanted to talk about. I'm watching through time, the Book of Pure Evil again.
This is great.
It's a Canadian TV series, and it's basically about a town that is founded on a bunch of cult Satanists, and then this like fucking loser stoner kid stumbles across this thing called the Book of Pure Evil, and it like grants wishes, but it's like a monkey's paw type situation where everything goes horribly wrong, and different kids around the school end up finding the book, and like each episode kind of focuses on like somebody trying to get their wish and it just being like fucking ridiculous. But it is like brutal as hell. It's just like they've got like these like really gross
It
like
is.
homunculi
Yeah.
and like there's just like lots of blood or people
They
like
just want to survive.
people
man.
exploding and stuff like that. But I'm watching
Poor
through it because they
homunculi.
just came out with a movie for it to kind of like wrap up the series, and it's been like 8 or 9 years since like the last season. So watching through it before I catch the movie, and I'm very, very excited. It's very dark comedy, and I highly recommend checking it out. It's really perfect for Halloween.
Okay, so
I hate to tell you,
since
But that show, that is the 80s. That is what
Yeah.
living through the mid to late 80s was like.
Plus, they have
It's
this
actually not
character
fiction,
Atticus, who's just the funniest motherfucking character on the show.
We're talking about like movies we're
So-
gonna watch. Deathgasm. It's metal, and it's gory and violent.
and available in 3D. I tried to get it in 3D, but I was outbid at the last second. Damn snipers.
I hate good snipers, unless they're me.
So, we're throwing out just more random stuff right now.
Since
I
we're
got-
so off topic, it
But
doesn't matter.
I'm
We're all done.
gonna pull her back, just pull her back a little, and go from the first game that was the oh my god, this is pretty bloody, to the
Most.
last game, or maybe the
Most
game I've ever played. And I gotta tell you, a lot of people agree with me, and I've mentioned it before because I'm gonna mention it again. The most bloodiest game, and I think it's because you gotta act this crap out. So, Mad World for the Wii is like the bloodiest
Wait.
game of all time.
It's
On
that one that's in
Nintendo
like
game?
black. Yeah, it's a Wii game.
It's
It's in
a-
like black and white. And it's basically like a death arena, and you have to like basically brawl these guys and throw them into traps that
Right.
are like.
But it's a Wii game, so
Yeah.
you gotta oh.
Plus, it's got like a sweet ass soundtrack. Like the music in it was like, it gets you like pumped. You're like just like ready to fucking like wreck some.
So you
fools.
basically get a murder boner.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah, it's
it
black
goes-
and white and then blood red.
Right, so you grab a guy and there's like some spikes over here, and you just like
Never
pound
seen
him
trailers of it,
against
never
it,
played it,
and there's
so.
blood squirting everywhere. That is the craziest, bloodiest game I've ever seen.
You know, it's kind of funny. It's like the Wii was totally just trying to make up. for the-
Yeah, there's some really like weird
There-
game like No More Heroes, just like it's just like stuff like you're like this on a Wii, what? Like
Yeah, so the Wii has the bloodiest game of all time.
Which is no nice thing about the Switch is they've talked about how they want to make a lot more adult games and stuff because Switch it's like perfect like some handheld violent games made by Nintendo sounds great.
I don't know if it's adult or sadistic bastard games.
Seductive? That's what I heard. It's very seductive to me.
It's crazy.
What?
I just want to look at something, not you. You were looking way too into that.
It was kind of creepy.
Avoid
wasn't
eye
it?
contact.
Did you see it? Did you see my side glare?
Yeah, I was like, don't look at him. Yeah.
There are times.
I don't. Yeah, he's got some weird bloodlust going on below the belt there.
Well, then
Well,
Mad
it's
World-
lost.
There's a lot of blood rushing to below
Mad
the
World is the game for you.
Boom.
Jokes on jokes on
Gotta get that energy out. That sadistic, crazy, killing people energy
So
out.
are all of you.
Yeah, Mad World's the one for you.
You seem satiated.
Yeah, I'm looking at
The chat.
No,
So
no, chat's hilarious, but
I don't have
you know,
VR.
either or chat. Choose your poison. Which way you want to go?
I don't have VR, but I was watching a video from Free Lives who made Broforce and General Jousting. They have a game called
That's
Gorn,
bizarre that they moved.
which pretty much looks like a battle arena where you grab the weapons and guys come out and you just pretty much are trying to like take them all out. And of course there's lots of blood.
It's like GORN.
G-O-R-N, yeah.
I would think.
Gore.
So gore porn.
Yeah, I would think VR really actually amps up that
Yeah.
situation.
I don't think this
It was
was
a
I haven't
scary thing,
but I
experienced
think it
it.
would go along with the whole
Yeah,
violence and
Yeah,
blood,
I've owned VR
guts.
sets for a while, and I really haven't gotten into any brutal VR games. I guess we'll have to see for
Still
science.
rolling the roller
Didn't really
coaster.
That just happened automatically. It was just natural.
Yeah, what?
I got my VR set and I played Frogger.
VR Pro.
Oh! I have your. Did you buy one? The $5 sets?
Oh
It's
no,
in my basement. You said go buy that from Menards.
bro.
So I was gonna bring it to you. I forgot
Oh,
it. The $5 set. with
okay.
the-
So yeah, we all know now
All
that
right.
somebody forgot their VR set.
Our $5 VR set.
Why is it here? You came here.
Bring an order to the court.
Yeah.
Order.
Slow order.
Whoa! You
I don't want
you
to,
said
but
the
I
beer
goddamn-
card. That is a beer card calendar.
Thor's hammer! Thor's hammer comes to the court. We totally got off topic.
No,
I mean, we had a
I was
topic
still
this
talking.
episode?
I was still talking gore and blood.
Just puts up the middle finger here. Come on. Like,
Okay, so.
Take it out.
Oh! Ah,
She's dead, Jim.
Hey, sure, would like to let you guys know that the Fall Boss Trials content update brings the Wizard Boss a new
Squid
stage and more to Invoker, which we actually had them on the podcast earlier. It's a VR game where you do... Tom, of course, Tom's not here for this, but Tom absolutely loves these Wizard Duel games, and this is one of those Wizard Duel games. This one's actually pretty good. I played a bit of it, but they had this boss trial that they hadn't actually fully sussed out yet. They've been sussing out that part because it's like really a cool part of the game. So they've added some new content. They'd like you to know about that. That is our shout out of the week. It's called the Fail Ball.
The fail fall?
I was gonna say fail because you're gonna fail.
all
Because
boxed
I
up.
fail at it all the time.
Life? Yeah.
Pretty much.
And Invoker.
I had
Mostly
a question
Invoker.
for you. I had a question for you. As I was researching this topic, I came across almost everything on the various lists were about what I expected. But there was a game that I thought, anybody knows about that game? It's probably Rob.
Yeah.
So,
It's a very popular game.
Hotline Miami.
Yep, love it. Great game. There's a sequel too.
It's I mean, like,
It's a
it's
great game. Actually, you
stylistically-
showed me it.
it's stylistically.
You got me hooked on it.
It's I mean, it's kind of bloody and brutal, but it's just like it just
Oh, no,
feels dark. It's very
rough.
dark.
And funny as
It's
hell.
just dark, yeah.
And funny as hell.
It also had some really cool like crossovers. Like they had like a Payday 2 pack for a Hotline Miami crossover. It was really fun. You get a chance, buy the downloadable content for Payday 2 for Hotline
Probably
Miami.
a Steam game.
Yeah, the Hotline Miami and Hotline Miami 2 are on Steam, and yeah.
Highlight and you can get it on your Android handheld too if you would like to play it on your Android handheld.
It's hard.
Quite good.
It's fucking hard.
Yeah, it's quite good though.
Aw,
I
want
really
my
love
blood-
it.
I want my blood to come easy.
Then just stab
It
yourself.
does.
Problem solved.
It does. It just takes you a few tries. Just keep on it, man. You're an Atari player. You'll handle it okay. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Just do the stealth, baby. Do the stealth. Remember, don't go in there guns blazing. Go in there bats blazing. And you'll be fine. For the most part. But anyway, good
I gotta
game.
go camping, huh?
So, we were talking about Invoker before I
shout out to
totally
Invoker.
got side. Yeah, big shout out to Invoker and their new release. We'll put a link out there on the Facebook site and of course below this podcast. Fun game. You should check it out. It's only $15 on Steam. Now, speaking of the interwebs, this is about the best I can do for a segue. That was the best I can do. Sorry.
That's all I got.
www.guysgamesandbeer.net.
Don't forget where we're gonna be in a few weeks.
I
Oh,
forgot
sure.
where we're gonna be in a few weeks. No, we're gonna be at GameHoleCon, but we'll go into that because we're floating in there pretty soon. We got the we have the Halloween special, and we're gonna talk about that at the Halloween special. But anyway, yeah, there is that.
November, first weekend.
Yep.
In Madison.
Exciting.
Can we do the Halloween special on Monday instead?
No.
I was thinking about that. Whether we should do that or not, but
Is that
apparently
actually
Tyler
I
says
think
no.
so.
I'm free Monday. I just said no.
You're a
I think-
douche.
I think we should do it
Monday
on
it is. Okay, so anyway,
So for the live
Check it-
listeners,
for the love of God, www.guysgamesandbeer.net. You can check us out at because this podcast is so excellent. You want to hear like more episodes of this shit.
Yeah. And if you want to file your complaints to Douche Canoe at the Guys Games and Beer.
Absolutely a real
Well, that
email
mailbox
address.
just filled up.
Yeah, Ryan will answer your questions one at a time. On Facebook. Facebook, if you just cannot get enough of us and you want to deal with us from a day-to-day basis, we're always posting crap on Facebook at www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer, where you can become real close friends with the gutter geeks. Because Lord knows you want to do that.
We'll even respond to messages.
Yeah, we do all
Friendship
the
is
time.
magic.
At Twitter.
My Little Pony.
At Twitter. Oh God. At Twitter. At Guys Games Beer. Because there's no ad.
Private puberty. Don't
Free
worry.
games giveaway. No.
Still never came.
Free games giveaway. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay,
Tom's
anyway.
out of town. Who's giving games away?
Free game giveaways from Tom while he's on vacation. In fact, you know what?
Let's
Hey,
text him
do
right
us a
now.
big favor. Do us a
Hey,
big favor.
don't
Get on
forget-
Twitter right now. Go at Guys Games Beer and ask, where the hell is my free game?
Yeah.
Say, Tom, where is my damn free game? That is freaking awesome. That is a great idea, and I think you should do it. Thank you very much for watching Guys Games and Beer Extra Drunk Edition EDE.
We'll be back.
Yep, we'll be
More
back
crap.
next week, Tuesday. Same.
Not Monday.
Not me though.
Wait,
I'll be lost
We're
in
not
the
gonna be here?
Amazon.
not fake,
We'll be here.
pre-recorded.
No, we're not gonna be pre-recorded next Tuesday. We're gonna be doing.
But I'll be lost in the
We're gonna be
Amazon.
doing the Halloween episode
That's
for
my
sure.
plan.
Well, that is. I'm so thrown off. What
However,
weekend
we
is
will be
October.
throwing a wig on a pumpkin and calling it Larry.
Fair enough.
Thanks for watching, Guys Games and Beer. Oh Jesus Christ, Peanut Gallery, you are awful today. You guys should be ashamed.
I'm telling all your mothers.
Yes, I'm calling your mom, and I'm gonna dork her, and I'm gonna become your dad, and you're gonna have to call me daddy. That's it for Guys Games and Beer this week.
Cheers, guys.
See ya.